This is problem 2.04 for Francois Tardieu's Backgammon Strategic Concepts book from Chapter 2, Should You Leave Your Advanced Anchor? We say we've established an advanced anchor when we've taken the two checkers that start on the 24 point and moved them up or advanced them to such points as the 22 point, the 21 point, the 20 point, or the 18 point. Securing an early advanced anchor is an asset which benefits our game in numerous ways. An advanced anchor enables us to play boldly because it makes it easier for us to escape our back checkers, and it makes it easier for us to re-enter if we get hit. An advanced anchor reduces our opponent's choice of game plans because it minimizes our opponent's chances of blocking us in, and it also weakens our opponent's chances of blitzing us. An advanced anchor forces our opponent to play more cautiously because it gives us better control over our opponent's outfield board, making it easier for us to hit our opponent's blots in their outfield. Securing an early advanced anchor is certainly an asset in the opening phase of a game, but we must know when to give it up. Several factors should influence our decision. Factors such as the race. If we're leading the race, we might want to consider running from our anchor. However, if we're losing the race or the race is tied, we probably want to stay back and not break our anchor. If the strength of our inner board or prime is stronger than our opponent's, we might want to consider running from the advanced anchor. If the threat of being hit is low once we run from the anchor, then we might want to consider running from the anchor. And if our flexibility will suffer by staying back, then we might also want to consider breaking our anchor and running. We must weigh all these factors in order to make our decision. And as usual in backgammon, there are always exceptions. Here's the position. We're blue. We rolled a 5-4. Our home board is in the bottom right. We have secured the 22-point anchor. We'll look at the two top moves. One of the moves involves running from the anchor. The other move involves staying and not breaking the anchor. I'll give you my quick observations on each of the two moves. Some of Tardieu's key points. We'll look at Tardieu's expert analysis with feedback from XG, as well as Tardieu's summary. And at the end of the video, I'll modify the position, which brings up a couple of questions. Here's the first possible move, leaving our advanced anchor by moving 22 to 17 and then 17 to 13 like this. We're hitting White's blot on the 17, setting him to the bar. This puts us up in the race by 11. Runs when we'll be ahead in the race. Sends the third white checker back. Safely escapes one of our back checkers. However, it leaves 3 blots around the board. And we're doing this when White's home board is stronger than ours. Second possible move is to not run from the anchor, instead come down 13 to 8 and then 10 to 6 like this. This improves our prime when we're behind in the race and we have better timing. It brings an 11th checker down and into the zone. And it leaves no blots around the board. It does pass up a chance to move one of our back anchors to safety. And it also passes up a chance to hit the blot on the 17 point and send the third checker back. Here are the factors to consider again. We should look at the race and only consider running if we're leading in the race. If we're losing the race or the race is even, we should probably stay back on our advanced anchor and not break it. We should look at the strength of our board or inner board or prime compared to our opponent's inner board or prime. If we have the stronger inner board or prime, we might want to consider running from our advanced anchor. If we have a weaker inner board or weaker prime, we probably want to stay and not run from our back anchor. We should look at the threats, the danger of being hit. If we should move from our advanced anchor. If the threats are low, we might want to run. And if the threat of getting hit by leaving a checker back on our advanced anchor loose, if it's high, then we probably want to stay and not run. We should look at the flexibility and distribution of both our board and our opponent's board. Generally, we should keep our anchor until our position begins to get rigid and flexible. If we see that happening, our board getting rigid and inflexible, we might want to consider running from our advanced anchor. And we look at our opponent's board, specifically if they have many strip points. If they do, we probably don't want to run and give them a chance to hit us. Let them possibly run and weaken their board first. Here are the two final positions. Think of which one looks best to you and which one you would prefer. Think of the factors influencing our decision, whether we should break the anchor like we're doing here or not. Here's the before and after of the first possible move where we leave our advanced anchor. And here's the before and after shot of the move where we keep our advanced anchor, instead move 13 to 8, 10 to 6, strengthening our prime down here. And let's see what Tardieu and XG have to say. For the move that we're breaking our anchor, we're leaving our back anchor, moving 22, 17, 17, 13. Tardieu says, in this position, we are behind in the race. Shooting white's blot will put us 11 pips up and sends a third checker behind our prime. However, although running off the anchor with a tempo hit seems less dangerous with white on the bar, we're actually giving our opponent a good opportunity to make use of their stronger home board. Hit the blot, and we'll be losing our defense, and we will leave 3 blots. White would be delighted to counterattack and bring their stronger home board into play. The advantage we gain by hitting may be short-lived, and the situation could turn massively against us, which is why this move, where we don't break the anchor, is rated top. Here we hold all the cards for a priming battle. We have a better prime, we have the stronger anchor, and our timing is better. We're behind in the race. We should choose this play and play a prime versus prime game, giving ourselves the time to bring down 2 checkers from the midpoint and make the last point we need, which is the 4 point. We should play to our strengths and not to our opponent's strengths. Keep improving our strategic assets, and eventually we will suffocate white behind our prime. Tardieu's summary: leaving the anchor and offering up fatal shots is a sign that we should play carefully, especially if an alternative play feeds into our own game plan. I modify the position, leaving no fatal shots. So here what I've done, I've taken these 4 checkers of whites on the 21 and 20 and moved them to the 16 and midpoint, leaving the board look like this. So now there's no fatal shots. White can't win the game by hitting us. Now, when we make that change, we should run from our midpoint like this. Run from the 22 point, I'm sorry. When we take away our opponent's stronger home board, we should run from our advanced anchor. I believe this reinforces the acceptability of breaking our advanced anchor if our opponent does not have the ability to fatally hit us. I think I'm interpreting this correctly, but I may be missing something. Let me know if you agree or not, or if you have any questions or comments. All feedback is welcome. Check out Sunny Florida Backgammon Club's YouTube site, where they have a series of backgammon lessons based on Tardieu's book. And also I found Jason Lee's YouTube channel very informative, especially his Mid-Atlantic Backgammon Club study sessions, where we can watch Jason Lee lead a group of highly experienced players who share their thought processes and then come to a consensus as they play a match against the highly rated XG program.